My top 5, dead or alive. Oh, that's tough. That's. I start by saying this. I'm 42 years old. So, you know, I've been listening to hip hop my whole life. And, you know, coast to coast, we've had some amazing artists, you know. And that makes it really difficult to only pick 5, you know, to put in the top 5. You know, but, you know, I'm a Texas boy. And we've had love for every coast, you know, and every different you know, phase that hip hop has gone through. You know, we've had, you know, different people that we picked out of it, but of course, like I said, I'm a Texas boy, so you know, I'll say, you know, I start number 5. I gotta say Scarface. You know, you know, we, you know, even when I was young, man, we was bumping that Scarface real hard. You know, I always loved and respected the fact that, you know, it was raw, it was gutter, but it was a lot of truth and positivity and inspiration in it as well. So salute to Scarface for that. You know, definitely one of my favorites. As a, you know, no insult to Devin the Dude, but he was kind of in that same camp. I gotta at least acknowledge, man, shout out to Devin the Dude, man. You know, I always been a fan. You know, I even got an opportunity to do a song with Devin the Dude through my partner, Big Ben. Shout out to Big Ben. And shout out to Devin the Dude. Shout out to Scarface. Number 4, you know, I'm gonna have to go with the Pimp, you know, Pimp C. For a lot of the same reasons. Of course, you know, they not really the same type of men or the same type of artists, but they kind of out of that, you know, they kind of out of that same litter in a way. And same thing, man, just a lot of, it was raw, it was gutter, it was real. But there was also a lot of positivity. There was a lot of news that we could use. You know, a lot of people don't understand why people gravitate to certain artists, you know. With some of them, it's the love, you know what I'm saying? It's the fact that they had enough knowledge and enough life experience and wisdom to incorporate, you know, love and real messages in their music, you know what I'm saying? Just cause you hard, just cause you come from here, just cause you do that, it don't mean you can't say something that's actually real and productive and can help somebody along the way. Keep in mind that our generation, a lot of us was kind of somewhat raising ourselves, you know what I'm saying, and or even kind of being raised by the music, you know what I'm saying? So it was a blessing to have some of these artists that we could be entertained by the ratchetry in it all, but at the same time, man, they were dropping jewels in there, and we respect that and we appreciate that. So rest in peace to the Pimp, man. We appreciate your contribution to music and to our lives. You know, number 3, I'm gonna say Jeezy. You know, I know that everybody had, of course, it's all subjective, right? These are all opinions, but in my opinion, I always like, you know what I'm saying, because keep in mind, we wasn't really bumping to New York, you know, for us down here, me and my little group of partners, whatever, a lot of the East Coast and everywhere else, a lot of that didn't really cut through for us. You know, we just, that wasn't our groove, you know. So for Jay-Z to, you know, what I liked about him was really kind of the same stuff, you know. You could tell that, you know, he came from that life. You could tell, you know, he knew how to speak the lingo, but he also dropped jewels. He also, you know, dropped music that I would say was inspirational. And, you know, one thing I can say about all of these artists is, you know, when you kind of know their story and they come from the struggle, they come from nowhere, one of the inspirational things about that is seeing that they came from a rough background or came from poverty or whatever it may have been, and they got to where they're at. So it gives you hope and make you feel like you could get there too. Maybe through music, maybe through another means, but it just shows you that reaching those heights and being successful is possible. It's attainable, and so that's some of the things that we learn from these artists. And so shout out to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Hey, even though you was up yonder, you cut through for a lot of us down here, man. So it's been cool to see a lot of the things he's been able to do in music and outside of music. Number 2. This is tough, man. This is really tough, man. Cause like I said, I got love for so many different artists. But number 2, I'm gonna go with Tupac. There again, for a lot of the same reasons. The music was again raw, gutter, real, street, but it was also inspirational. There was always a positive undertone with not with every single song, but his overall message was informative, and he tried to highlight things that were going on in the Black community that at that time a lot of artists wasn't really touching on. He wasn't afraid to display his emotions and stuff, man. And, music is an art form, so no matter, where you come from or whatever type of person you really are, you can express your feelings in the art, in music. That's another reason why it kind of, it bothers me when people talk about artists being too old to do music. This is an art form. And so if you have that gift and you have the passion for that gift, you don't just stop loving music when you turn 50 or you turn whatever age. If you have that gift and you have that passion for it, by all means, man, keep doing what you love. They go for everybody. So, Tupac, we all know how special he was. And, again, we appreciate his contribution to music. We appreciate his contribution to the culture overall. Number 1, I had a couple different artists. I'm gonna probably throw y'all off with this one too. I had a couple of different artists that that could fit into number 1. I've never heard this guy put on anybody's number 1, but man, when I look at the body of work and just understanding that lifestyle and certain things, man, say shout out to Jeezy, man. Jeezy been that guy, man. And what's cool about that is, he's always giving props to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So he was inspired and influenced by somebody who I put below him. But, of course, you have to consider the fact that Pac wasn't able to really finish what he started. And so it's amazing what he was able to do in such a short period of time. But, man, and the Jeezy thing, man, we've had, at this point, I guess about 20 years of, just putting on, man, and like I said, I understand that everybody not gonna agree. Everybody had they little top 5, but what I was bumping in my ride a lot, and even, it's probably on my mind now because the new album just dropped, man. I'm loving it. Shout out to Jeezy. Man, and then, you know what I'm saying, when I throw Jeezy in there, it's like, now I feel bad because T.I. really, you know what I'm saying, T.I. is T.I. too. So, and again, you know, that's what makes these lists so hard, man, because there's so many artists that I've enjoyed over the years. I respect their music. I respect the hustle and what they've done, and how some of them have diversified their portfolios and went into other types of businesses, man. It's just been really cool to see. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping, man. I'm probably the first one to ever put Jeezy #1, but you know, shout out to Jeezy, man. And that's my top 5, dead or alive. Peace.